Hello everyone. Welcome to Phone In Friday, America's favorite show. Here you can see I have some special guests on this week. We have Mr. Bald Eagle himself, and then I don't know what this other thing is. I want to say a cat, a black cat.
I'm a black sheep, okay?
Sheep. Oh, I'm so sorry, Mr. Sheep. I'm sorry to disrespect you like that on this show. All America's watching right now, so I do apologize for that. But yeah, guys, welcome to Phone In Friday. It's Friday, and we got our special guest this week is Sadomi, or Mr. Sheep, depending on what you'd like to call him. I don't have a mask to wear. I feel left out right now.
Your mask is your true face.
Yeah, I was thinking about doing wheat thins, but that's like product placement right there. So,
Mr. Yellow Box.
Oh my god.
How's everyone doing today? So yeah, Stream Key. Our Friday shows, the way this works is we take call-ins from you guys here on Discord. You can call into the show with Velokk, there he is, and Sadomi here. Surprise! You never would have guessed. It's totally mind-blowing right there. And then Sadomi can't seem to get his hat off. There he is. Okay. So, surprise, our real guests are here, finally. But yeah, you can call into the show if you'd like to. All you have to do is join our Discord server and join the waiting room. And then you can talk about anything Twitch related you'd like to. It could be streamers, it could be news, it could be questions, topics, takes you have, whatever. We will talk about it with you for 2 hours, have some fun time, be a good time. So anyway, real quickly, how have you guys been? Sadomi, you've not been on the show in a while. Do you quickly want to just introduce yourself again, people who might not know you as well, and then how have you been?
So my name is Sadomi, in case y'all don't know. I've been good, actually, by the way, Green. Thank you for asking. I had a very roller coaster few months, but now we're kind of sliding down, regulating out. We're good. But yeah, I stream every day, noon to 3. Do random stuff at this point. I used to stream a lot of Rocket League, but that's kind of moving around because Rocket League's kind of getting to the point where it's like, I've done it for like 3 years straight. Let's let's do other things now. But we're moving along. We're excited for a few things coming up.
Nice. Vel, how have you been, dude? How's your week been?
Always good, man. I ended up I had like a weird, like kind of one of the very rare days where I'm like, I need to end my stream early. I had one of those, but aside from that, my week's been awesome.
What prompted that? Anything?
Just like mental exhaustion, I guess.
Right.
But I took that short day or whatever, so I ended my stream like an hour and a half early, watched some Netflix and took like a nap, and it was awesome. And that totally got me reset.
There you go. Yeah.
Cool.
You need those some days.
Yeah, you definitely do. Awesome. Well, I've been good too. Pretty much lots of sponsorship stuff going on here and all sorts of new stuff.
You don't say.
Oh my goodness. Yeah.
The application process.
Yeah.
I remember when I
How are your DMs looking today?
Well, no, I haven't sent out responses yet, so I'm okay for now.
Right.
But next Friday, the floodgates open again. So
he's gonna be like this at work all day.
Yeah. Anyway, yeah, for anyone who would like to join in the show, all you gotta do is join our Discord, join the Join Here waiting room. You can talk about anything related to Twitch you'd like to, ask questions to Vel or Sadomi or myself, ask questions about your channel, about your stream, news you saw, whatever. We're gonna talk about it, but we are gonna start with some news for Twitch in general, like we do every week, what's been going on in the past week. It's kind of a drier week since we last talked. A little bit more focused on some streamers and stuff. I think the biggest thing they announced is you can restream E3. So that's kind of cool if you want to watch it with your viewers and things. I think you could do that last year too, so it's not really that surprising. But I know a couple people in TRUgaming are doing like a co-streaming thing of E3, which is pretty cool. Like a panel of them talking about that. So
yeah, I feel like a lot of people are doing that now, like allowing like co-streams. I feel like that's definitely, like when I saw Nintendo was allowing people to like restream their directs, I was like, Nintendo?
Yeah, right.
You them boys right now? You actually gonna help people out for once? You gonna let people use your content?
Not just copy strike it all.
Oh my god.
Yeah. That's pretty cool. Not a ton, like I said. I would say they added the PUBG skins for Shroud and Doc. And there was a little bit of controversy behind that because I don't know if you guys saw this, but Doc tweeted out something last week that basically he was saying that he would stop streaming PUBG altogether if he didn't get skins for himself in the game. And it's unclear whether that was like a marketing thing or whether like he legit meant that, much like other things in Dr. Disrespect's history that kind of like tread that line. Yeah, what do you guys think of that? You think he was like being serious?
I don't think it matters.
No.
Like
everything Dr. D does is business.
Yeah, but like I don't know, man. Like his whole persona about like being disrespectful, I get it. Like it's this thing, I like to an extent, I guess. But like doing something like that, like I would not want to put someone in that kind of position. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
That's so like that's just I know like that's your thing, but even if it is a joke, it's a little far for me, to be honest. Like that's like people's actual jobs, like at PUBG, and then like the biggest PUBG streamer is holding us hostage right now. What are we gonna fucking do about it? Like obviously you're gonna listen to him because you're worried about like if you're already competing with Fortnite and they're crushing you, like you don't have a choice. Which they probably would have made it. He could have just been like, "Hey, can you guys make me a skin?" They probably be like, "Yeah, like let's get right on it."
I don't know. The more I look at it, I think it was planned. Like he knew the skins were coming out because they came out like 5 days after he said this or something, and it was him and Shroud. So I think like he knew in advance that he was getting skins anyway. So then he made this whole thing of, well, if you don't give me skins, I'll stop playing. But really, like he knew they were coming anyway, just to like hype that up.
And either way, they would only look at him in a bad light, not anything towards Bluehole, so they don't really care about his bad publicity.
Right. Right, but it also like kind of makes some publicity happen for that, right? Like, oh, Dr. Disrespect is demanding skins. Oh, there are skins now. Like, look at that. How'd that happen?
Yeah. Like I said, it's Dr. D. Everything he does is business.
Yeah.
Like, he's not stupid. Everything on his channel, everything you see on his social media, it's business. He knows what he's doing.
Yeah.
I agree.
It kind of makes Bluehole look a little desperate, though. You know
what I mean?
It's in a small sense, like it's like, oh shit, we got to do these. Like,
I think it could be dangerous. Like, if it was planned, it could be dangerous because now you're saying the president that all you have to do is like complain, and then you'll just get what you want from Bluehole. So that's a little risky. All the time. Yeah, for sure.
We can't make a game that works well, but we can give you skins that you demand.
Right. Oh man. Okay, so that was like just a small thing I saw. Anything you guys saw in the last week on Twitch? I mean, I haven't really seen any huge news. They have a bad habit of putting stuff everywhere. So like they'll post updates on Twitter or on their blog or on the support page. But it's like you wouldn't think you would put like a new feature on the support page and not advertise it on Twitter, right? But Twitch hides all their new announcements. So I may have missed something. If you guys in chat know something that we missed, please tell us. We'll talk about that too. But last quick thing, just before we get a viewer on the show. We were talking about this in Velokk streamer before this, actually. Some guy, I'm not gonna like go too into it because I don't want to like just create this whole new thing, but I guess some viewer donated to his stream pretending to play like a bomb threat type thing, like a C4 detonation sequence. And it was an IRL streamer who was in the middle of a college classroom. And so everyone heard that around him and started freaking out. And like I've seen some of these before where the chat will troll the streamer IRL person in like the public area, but this was really bad. And eventually got like a bomb threat called on him. He got arrested, put in jail for $75,000 bail. And oh man, I just thought that was nuts. That happened last Friday. So
yeah, and like, not to like bring out like any positive from this, but if everyone noticed in the video how those first three girls just dipped, they were out. They were gone.
Right. Oh yeah, so fast.
It was honestly impressive. Glad they had that good reaction. But yeah, no, don't be stupid, people.
Yeah,
don't be stupid.
For sure.
It's not worth it. It's really not. Like,
oh man, there's some like I love Twitch as a platform, man, and it's so cool. But there are people that just do stupid things on Twitch, so watch out for that. But yeah, if you're listening to the podcast and not actually watching it, I'll link that in the show notes if you want to go watch that fiasco. So yeah. All right, well, that is most of the news I had. If you guys have questions for us, again, you can join the server. We're waiting for a few people to kind of join in now. if you guys have any questions in chat, you can ask there too, because I realize not everyone can be on Discord and talking in the middle of a Friday. So, of course, we'll take questions for that as well. So, yeah, guys, you have anything in the past week that you've been excited about with Twitch? It's come up.
They added totally accurate battlegrounds to the game list, so you can actually like say that you're streaming that now on Twitch, which is cool. So
right.
There's that.
But the game's broken, so.
Yeah, the game's broken, but when it works, it's great.
Wait. I thought the game was designed to be broken. Isn't that the whole point?
Well, no, like I couldn't even connect to a game today. Like,
at all.
Okay. Like, at all. I was getting so mad. I was so excited to play it. It's just like, nah, not today, dude.
Oh man, that's yeah. If you guys haven't heard of it, it is a sort of like a mock Battle Royale game.
Yeah.
Where they just kind of like take everything to the extreme. So like instead of flying over in a plane, you launch out of trucks through the
cluster truck.
Yeah. So, really funny game. I'll also link that in notes and stuff if you want to check it out. You said that it's free or something for the first?
It's free for like the first 100 hours of release. I don't know how long it's been out for now, but it's definitely worth it. The gun mechanics in that game are actually great. I like your little rabbit you got there, Sadomi.
Thank you. This is Harry.
Yeah.
Hi, Harry.
Harry the rabbit.
You and your bimbo shirt.
I always have like funny stuff, like interesting stuff on. I've always noticed that. This is Philadelphia Union jersey. Beautiful.
Oh, you weren't just repping bimbos?
I mean, like, any bimbo that wants to come over here, they're free to like, do what they want to do. Or if they want to send me some bread, that works too.
Send you some bread.
All kinds of bread. Like
I accept all bread on this platform. Oh my gosh.
Oh my God.
That's hilarious. All right, I think we do have a caller, so I'm gonna bring in Miss Teague really quickly. Miss Teague, hello, you there? How you doing?
Hi.
Hey,
Hello.
how's it going?
hello.
Hi. What would you like to talk about today on the show?
Well, there's a lot of streamers using that new low latency mode. Have either of you guys used it? And have you noticed a big difference? Has your chat noticed a big difference?
So I know Velokk has used this, I think. Did you find it? He was asking me about it.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, I ended up finding it and using it. I like it. I'm like, it's one of those things where like I think it's a convenience to the viewers just because like they hear your reactions faster, but it's not something to where like the viewers will be like, oh my God, it's so much better now. Like it's nothing that they're gonna like really like say to you that they're enjoying it. I think it's just just more of a convenience to the viewer. So I definitely promote using it if your computer can handle it, because I think it does kind of use up a little bit more resources, I'm pretty sure. But if your computer can handle it, it's definitely worth it for sure. Yeah.
So Domi, have you played with it at all yet?
I used it for myself personally. It only reduces my latency by like 3 to 5 seconds down to about between 2 and like 5 seconds. But that's definitely better than sometimes I was getting 10-second latency, sometimes even 20-second, depending on what I was doing.
Yeah,
right.
Some streamers I've noticed that their chat comes up before I see it on mine.
Really?
Like, yeah, Curious actually. She's Curious. Her stream, I'll type something, she'll read it before it shows up in my chat.
Oh wow, that's crazy.
Yeah, I'm not sure how that works, but okay. Just let it work. Internet magic.
We use it on this channel now, and I've noticed it because usually when I run the Stream Key podcast, I have a little timer right there for the countdown, and it's cool because I can see the actual like in seconds delay right there. So it's about 1 to 2 seconds most of the time. Like 2 seconds, I think, is where it kind of hangs, and then I think it's great personally because it's just a faster way to interact with the chat, which is the whole point of the platform. There's something to be said with like, you know, in like certain niche scenarios, you don't want to have as little latency as that because like it's a competitive thing. You don't want people cheating off of you or whatever. But I think for like 90% of people on Twitch, you should probably be using it. I haven't noticed it's really impacted anyone's stream quality. I know they kind of warn about that, but I haven't noticed any dips or anything since people turned it on. So, any other questions, Miss Teague? Anything else on that?
No.
Awesome. Thank you for the question. I appreciate it.
Thank you.
See ya.
Take care.
All right, we have Zelda Fan Eyes on now. So I'm gonna pull Zelda. Hello.
Hello.
Hey, how's it going?
Good. How about you?
Good. What would you like to talk about on the show today?
Okay, so this is an interesting topic that I've been thinking about lately. I've been hearing a lot of talk about it. So basically, I've been hearing a lot of back and forth as to whether or not the whole, Fortnite Battle Royale style thing is either hurting Twitch and kind of like, throwing everything into the one direction and really hurting the variety that Twitch used to have as a streaming platform, or if it's, actually helping it grow and making it become bigger and helping streamers, have content and stuff like that. And I just want to know what you guys think about that.
Ooh, that's a really cool
I think it's
topic.
helping Twitch overall. Like, if anything, it's just making the variety streamers stand out just a little bit more, which variety streamers have kind of always needed. You know what I mean? Because like sticking to one game is kind of like pretty beneficial in certain areas, and variety streamers kind of don't get to stick around in one directory for that long. But being a variety streamer while everyone else is playing Battle Royale is kind of, I think it kind of helps them stand out a little bit, to be honest. And it's just helping Twitch grow as a whole. So it's just bringing more people.
I think for the Battle Royales, if the same thing as like League of Legends, everything has like its fat where it'll pass over. I think BRs might stay like popular, but they're definitely not going to like stay top 10 for more than, I'll say, 3 more years. I'll say 3 more years for me personally.
Yeah.
Because at this point, everyone's making a new BR. Everyone.
Yep. I think it's just sort of like following trends. People just like to play Battle Royale games right now. And I think that's sort of how Twitch is always going to be. Like, you can't really enforce certain games to be played. It's just what people want to be playing. And I don't think it really hurts Twitch as a whole. I mean, the people who are watching the Fortnite and PUBG streams right now, those are some of the biggest streams we've ever had on Twitch. I mean, Ninja, of course, being the biggest example. Right. But from that perspective, I would say it's probably helping Twitch overall. And they're doing things to kind of complement that too. Like, they have the Fortnite packs, they have PUBG skins now. They have these things that like actually make those games even better. So from that perspective, I think, they wouldn't be doing that stuff if it wasn't working well for them. So that's sort of my thoughts there. Is there anything else you want to mention on that, or any other thoughts?
On that note, so do you think that people who are, for example, trying to grow their channel or trying to get into streaming, do you think they should be streaming these popular games? Do you think they should be trying to stream more unique games, such as, games that aren't always played, that, may have less, of a fan base, but may have a more, centered viewership?
Sure. Vel, you have any thoughts on that one?
Yeah. So like one of the things, like when I'm, because I also coach, some of you guys know. And one thing I tell like people who are still trying to like grow a community or still like trying to grow their stream, if you don't already have something set in like Fortnite or PUBG or something like that, like one of the larger games, it's always better to have like to start out with a game that like you can build a community off of. So like games with like 1,000 viewers or more and probably under like 6,000 viewers, as long as there isn't one streamer with like all of those viewers basically. You want to find like kind of somewhere in the middle to like grow your community, and then you can kind of start branching out to other games. I mean, obviously, like some people will have success playing Fortnite just starting out streaming, which is fine. Like there's nothing wrong with that at all. That's definitely a possibility, but I think overall, like you kind of want to stick to after the 2nd row of games in the directory and above like the 8th row of games in the directory. So that's what I would say.
Okay.
Yeah, I'd say the first thing you have to determine is what you want to get out of your stream. Whether you really just want to go like full force ahead on growing as fast as you can, or if you just kind of want to have fun with it and grow like a little bit in the meantime. I think it's important to think about games you like to play and not just games that are going to get you growth. Because, like Velokk said, I mean, you can like, use analytics and math to figure out, okay, this is statistically the best game to play right now because it has X number of viewers and etc. But like, you still have to enjoy that and make sure you're being entertaining and having fun. So I think it's a balance. If you want to grow as fast as you can, I think what Velokk said is right. And you can play that up as long as like, it's more important to you to grow than to have fun or just to do it casually.
Or you enjoy those games anyway.
Right. That can work. Sometimes it's an overlap, but I would say in general, I think playing games that you're passionate about just translate to more entertainment on stream.
Yeah,
so that can a lot of times actually be more helpful to you than trying to like nitpick the strategically best game for yourself when you hate it. Like, so you have to think carefully about like kind of what you want to get personally out of the stream and how it works when you play that game.
Yeah, for sure.
Awesome.
One thing
I agree with
that really quickly is no matter what you stream, make sure whatever you're streaming, it's something that you want to like. If you're streaming it and it's just one thing, I'm sure you want to be okay with being known for that, because once you do stream one game for like 1 month, 2 months, 3 months, and like you get people coming in for that, you're forever going to be known as like this person until you, I think, at least double or triple your size already, or the old people leave or don't come back. You're always known for what you started with, and then maybe people will like change here and there over time, but I really want to lose that title. These are my experience.
No, for sure. I will say about that really quickly too. Like that can work in your favor too. If you just love a game so much and you can see yourself playing it for a year or two or whatever down the road, if you become like, this is what I just posted about the video earlier this week. Basically, like if you become that guy, like people just know you as, hey, Sadomi's the Rocket League guy. He's always playing Rocket League. That actually really helps you just to grow your brand and your channel more quickly. That's why like single game streamer works so well, because it's one more thing to think about with a person that they're always gonna be playing this game. So.
Right, like you can always bet on, like for example, like I always have at least a Zelda game every couple days out of the month.
Right, yeah, with a name like that makes sense.
Oh well, I mean I kind of have to with that one.
Yeah, for sure.
Awesome. Anything?
It,
yeah. Anything else?
No, that's gonna be it for me.
Awesome. Thank you for the question, man. I appreciate it.
Thank you.
See you. Okay, so someone from Narco Praxis Gaming in the chat. Thank you for the tag, so I can see it in bright red. He said, at work, so I can't phone in. But my question is, what's the best way a streamer can capitalize on all the E3 hype building up for next week? It's a pretty cool question. Have you guys thought about E3 at all with your streams? No?
I haven't, to be honest.
I'll be working the entire time E3's on. So it's like, well, I'm not gonna watch it or stream it directly. But I think staying relevant and offering your honest, genuine opinion on like Twitter and stuff, and kind of like using smart hashtags is a good way to like maybe start some conversations. And that's when you want to start some conversations about stuff. Because then I don't know about everyone else here, but I love listening to other people's conversations about games, especially if I don't have like a personal opinion on something yet. This way, it's helped me understand more. And it's like, oh, hey, this person likes this. And then I check them out, read more stuff about them, see where they're coming from. Like, oh, hey, they like Persona 5. They're automatically my best friend. Cool. I'm drop a follow.
Yeah, that makes sense. I think it's a tricky thing to do because I feel like it works best for really big streamers. To take advantage of restreaming that. I do think what I mentioned before. So I think Pims, Shino7, and someone else. I'm blanking on the third person. Basically, 3 of our sponsored streamers are doing like a co-cast of E3. So they'll all 3 be talking about the E3 conference as it goes. I think that can work well because you're not only talking about E3, but you're also like networking with other streamers at the same time. And so I think that's a very cool, different way to take advantage of that. Another way would be maybe like if you specialize in a certain game series, like let's say you are a Kingdom Hearts streamer or something, and I would hope maybe there's some stuff about Kingdom Hearts 3 at E3. Like that's a good opportunity for you to really break down like, okay, everything talked about Kingdom Hearts at E3. Since I'm the Kingdom Hearts guy, then I should break this down. And that could work for any other game series like that. Like Fallout, for example, just has another big game coming out. You could break that down from like a Fallout streamer's perspective. So I think that's a decent way. It's not like a great, easy answer to that question, I think, because again, it works best for the big streamers with the strong followings already that'll be seeing that. Like I think when we were at TwitchCon, Cone Carnage was covering TwitchCon because he was like the only streamer not there. And he was the only person I saw really doing that. So hopefully that kind of helps you out a little bit with thinking. Like I said, I think thinking through like a niche and playing to that works really well. That maybe picking like 1 or 2 games out of E3 that you're really passionate about or like you have experience in, that could help you out a little bit.
Yeah. I think having a community behind you to get you, like, if you want to stream E3, having a community behind you, like, it doesn't matter the size of the community. If you have people there that care about you and your opinion and, want to, like, talk to you as much as possible or whatever, I think then you'll be able to get some viewers. You'll probably bring in the same people you normally do, if not a little bit less. But you have to have a community in order to achieve anything with streaming something like that. Because if you don't have a community of people that really, like, truly just want to know everything about you all the time, then they're just going to go watch Tim the Tatman stream it or something.
Right.
So that's something to think about.
For sure. Okay, so I see Mufter spamming in chat. Read Twitch email. Read it. So Twitch literally, of course, as we're having this podcast, just put out some news, it seems like. So it sounds like for affiliates, okay, this is actually really cool. Affiliates are getting custom sub badges, apparently.
Oh shit!
Which is pretty crazy.
Oh my god!
You're also getting paid faster now. Okay, sorry, I have to like read through this on the fly during the podcast.
Paid faster,
of course.
Sadomi. You missed that because your headset. He's like, I can't. Just flipping his desk.
Oh my gosh. All right, so let's keep reading through this a little bit here. Okay. So yeah, starting June 15th, the standard payout period for affiliates will be paid 15 days faster than before. If you earn $100 US in April, you will be paid out in June 15th for it. So basically, like, instead of waiting so long to get paid out, because I guess it now was like a month after you actually got the money, you'd get it paid or something. Now you get it faster, is what it sounds like.
Yeah, it used to be like, say you made $100 in March, whatever. It would be 90 days after the last day in March that you would get it.
Huh.
So now it's 75 days after the last day of the month, right?
I guess it says 15 days faster. So I
Okay,
guess
so yeah.
I think back to 45 then, because partners got a 45, right?
Yeah, net 45 it says. So that's cool for people who are trying to make it more sustainable on Twitch, I guess. You get paid faster. That's good. Yeah, so Gamer Dad is saying from 60 down to 45 with the update, like Sadomi said. Cool.
Okay.
Sub badges, I think, is the exciting part.
Yes,
in my opinion, because the first thing, you're always getting paid at some point. It's just a little faster. That's not like anything different, really. But sub badges is a big deal because this is something that I knew a lot of people planned for when affiliate launched, and it wasn't an option. So, what do you guys think of that? Just
that's awesome.
Impulse reaction.
Just another way to customize your stream a little bit, just to make it a little bit more different. And like, if you can make something like a cool sub badge for your channel, it'll just give someone one more reason to sub.
Now,
that's awesome.
My main concern now is not really concern, but what are they doing for partners now?
That's true. They do have to do like things to separate the two.
Yeah, because this point, if you really think about it, all it is like Twitch is saying, "Hey, you're actually pretty good broadcaster. We'll make you partner with Twitch, which means you get everything affiliates get. Just you get a bit of a better like sub ratio, maybe, and like we'll help you out a little bit more."
Maybe they can do like motion graphics for partners or something. Like that'd be crazy.
Oh yeah, like gift badges.
Yeah, that'd be sweet.
That'd be kind of cool. But, okay, so I'm looking at it a little more, and it looks like you can do like a base, your base sub badge for anyone who subs. So instead of that star, just regular. They can do 3, 6, and 12 months. So I don't know if maybe partners have more options than that. Like if they can do every
past a year, I think.
Okay, yeah.
They can do it every year.
That would be a good way to separate it from more partners, because it looks like affiliates, like the max is 1 year. So
right, but that's still that's awesome, man.
That's pretty freaking cool. I love how this came out right as we're having the podcast about Twitch news too.
Awesome.
Of course.
What do you guys think about it? If anybody has anything that wants to like come in and talk about it, or like has
any
questions
if you guys want to talk about ideas, stuff like that, please join the server. I did see Azamat's been waiting in the server for a little bit now, so they pull him in here.
Yeah, for sure.
Very quickly.
Maybe we'll get his take on it too.
Hello, Azamat, you there, friend?
Yep. Oh, I'm here.
Hello.
Hey, how's it going, dude? How are you?
It's going. So the Twitch email came out. Like, I actually had a question about subs.
Okay.
Mainly because I launched a website that's for me, for my community and everything. I put some initial like subscriber perks on there, which only after I put them up, somebody messaged me and was like, "Hey, you might want to take that down," because that is limited to certain states. Certain things are illegal in different states. So my main question was, there's millions of ways to give back to your subscriber, but what is some of, I don't know, the less popular ones that are still really amazing? Because I know Veli uses Snapchat, but he reached like a cap on how many people can be in there, how many people he can interact with at a certain amount of time. So that constantly limits people, in my opinion, to like using Discord or using third-party sources that don't have a limit on that. So my question is, what is some subscriber perks that are kind of on the less popular side, but definitely give back to subscribers more?
I would say like one thing about subscribers is like if they do want to financially support you, they're probably trying to like learn a little more about you and they want to spend as much time with you as possible because like they're trying to support you. They care about you as a person. So it really comes down to like what can you do to give them your time and like have them like be a little more personal with you. Like so maybe an off-stream subscriber game night or something. Maybe like I'm gonna try to do a community night I think tomorrow with my subs. Just little things that you can do to spend a little bit more time with them, make them feel, a little bit more special because, I mean, they are special, obviously, they're subscribing to your channel. And just kind of like show that you appreciate them and just like another way for them to get to know you a little bit more. So whether that's game nights, social media, Discord, whatever, like that's just think about it as like just spend time with them. That's the ultimate thing.
Yeah. It's a tough one because if you want to find things that nobody's doing that work really well, that's not easy to do because if they work well, everyone would be doing them. So I think the best subscriber perks are things that you come up with yourself that just like you identify with, or your community likes, especially like Velokk's community, for example, seems really like Snapchat. Now, I don't really use Snapchat. It's not really my type of thing, but for Velokk, it works very well. And it was sort of his own idea. I don't know if Sadomi has sub perks. I'm not familiar with that.
I have one sub perk, and it's glorious. Every time someone subs, the thing is, I don't really announce it because I like it being a surprise, but I'll tell you right here. I'll do a dance for every single sub, and you pick the song. I get my lightsaber, I get my hat, I get my glow sticks, I get my nipple tassels. We have fun.
Wow.
All right. That last one threw me off a little bit there.
I was like, okay, this is kind of weird, and then just threw that one. All right.
But yeah, my goal with that was to alienate like people who weren't sub because with my community at least, we have people from different countries, people who are younger who like can't like sub. Mm-hmm. So people who do, everyone gets the benefits. Because I get the benefits, everyone gets to see me act like a fool more than usual.
Right.
And usually fun, and sometimes I go over the top. Other times I'm a little more, I think I'm tired now. I'm like, yeah, I'll just move around. But usually I try to give something like nice for that. What I wanted to do was have like a league for my subs, but that didn't really work out because numbers were there and people kind of got offended about that. So
yes,
go back to that.
Sub perks are tough because you have to find a balance of like not paywalling people who just want to enjoy your stream, who either can't afford it or you also don't want to give the impression that like anyone new to the stream has to sub to be a part of what's going on. So it's a tricky balance. I think finding ways that people can like connect with you more if they want to is a good option, or things that you can specifically do. If I do some channel reviews on my stream, the way I do it is anyone can get one. If you sub, you get it faster. It's similar to like gaming with viewers. If you sub, you get priority for that type of thing. If you are a creative person, you could do some sort of like graphic for subscribers or make something for them. I know Chaos does like perlers for subs and things like that. So it's really tough because I feel like it's not something people can really just tell you to do. Like, hey, this worked for me, now go do this, because it's very unique to your own channel. Azamat, do you have any ideas of stuff that has sort of worked for you, or?
So, as I said, I did launch my website recently. So like I have a subs page that one of the benefits is like, hey, if you stream, and it slightly alienates them, but it doesn't alienate from subbing as a whole. It just alienates between subs and non-subs, or sorry, streamers and non-streamers. Because you get featured on the website. So like when you're online, you pop up on the sub page, instant link to your channel. When you're offline, nothing displays. So it's a way to give back and try to get people to actually go into your channel. That's something that's so far working for me. I've got, going into my Twitch dashboard, I've received more views from my own website than I have from third parties. And that's something that's working for me. And if I can, my future is to embed every single one of my subscribers' videos into the website, which hopefully will do the same for them. Currently, it is only links. So, but they are noticing a traffic of newer people that are being directed from there. So that's the one main perk that is currently working a whole lot for me. And also giving them just subscriber feedback, like their words are heavier, I suppose, is what I would say, is like if they're like, hey dude, you need to fix this, or hey, you might need to change this, their word weighs heavier than someone else just telling me, because they're subscribers. You want to make them special, you want to make them feel special, and I give them many avenues to be able to support them, not just myself and my channel.
Sure.
What's the overall goal of your website? Like, what's the reason for people going there, aside from getting like singled out for streaming and stuff like that?
So the website right now is not only to support me and the subscribers, but it is kind of, I want to make it like a one-stop shop, to where anything that my community is kind of already talking about, or anything like that, where it's, news, like gaming news that comes out, a game that the community might be interested in. For instance, Red Dead Redemption 2, they just released that you can go in and pre-order. So I would go in on my news page and I would post, you can go in and pre-order. This is a game. Like, what would you like to see? Should that be the first game that I play when I come back from TwitchCon? Stuff like that. So it'll be a gaming news. Like, you can go and check subscribers. You can see updates on the channel. It's more, I'm trying to get away a little bit from my Discord as much. So that way people can go on there and instantly message me or talk to me, and Discord will mainly be used for like voice chat, or just like instant updates, or like FAQ type things.
Interesting. Okay.
Yeah, I think that's a really cool idea. I haven't heard of anyone else doing that, so that's what we were just talking about, like come up with your own idea. It seems to be working for you. So as long as your viewers continue to be streamers, who are people who are interested in streaming, starting, kind of similar to us here, but that should keep working for you. Just make sure you can scale it to like a lot of subscribers. I'm always a fan of building stuff like on your own off of social media, so that you're not dependent on Discord staying up or Twitch being relevant. Like, building your own website is a really good long-term investment, because that's always going to be there, and that's always your brand. You control that. So yeah, I mean, I say like just do what keeps working. That's like everything with streaming, right? If something works, then milk it till it doesn't. That's how I feel about it. So
that's a good mindset too, Green. Good point you brought up. Like, if Twitch shut down right now, how boned would some of us be? Right.
No, and that's the thing that with like YouTube, right? Because YouTube is suddenly having all these problems. So all these big YouTubers who like made their living on YouTube, like now copy strikes are happening, AdSense is happening. You can't make money on YouTube. Like, what do you do? So a lot of these people are trying to move to other social medias or create their own stuff. If you are a content creator, you really should think about just making sure that you cover either multiple platforms so that you're covered just in case, or building your own website like as Matt doing. I think that's like a more advanced thing, but if you're serious about it, that can really kind of help cement your brand just in case something happens. So cool. Anything else, Azamat, that we didn't cover?
With me, no. I see Jesse Babe and Ginger is waiting in the chat, so you're more than happy to pull them in, kick me out.
Oh, awesome. I think we have a couple of chat questions too, but anyway, I thank you for the questions, dude, and
thanks, man.
See you later.
No problem, man. Thanks.
Adios.
Cool. Yeah. So I saw one from, who was it? Sean John Wan. I hope I said that right. That's a really cool name. A lot of good rhyming names around here. Tom Cruise Mom Shoes, Sean John Wan. I like all these. These are good.
You got some cool people.
Yeah. It says, how do you guys feel about character streaming? It feels like streamers are emulating Ninja or Shroud, but there aren't many people doing characters like Dr. Disrespect. So
I think because the way I'll put it is, for myself, I'm not a character streamer, but definitely think everyone does already stream kind of like a character streamer. Like, then no, I'm sure a lot of people put their heightened self or their heightened or like exaggerated self on camera for some people. Like,
totally agree.
I'm not like this 24/7, just 22/7. But like I said, you always put out your most interactive stuff, your best self forward streaming. Hopefully you do. So technically we're all character streaming. Everyone does it to a different degree. Dr. D, I'm sure he has a little bit of Dr. D inside of him, and then Guy Beam has a little bit of just, himself days as well. Like, I'm sure he's also really a nice guy, but he's also definitely like bit airy and bit cocky. But then again, we look at the guy, he kind of deserves to be. Like he kind of earned that right to do that.
I think character streaming is really tough because I talked about this in the Discord a little bit earlier this week, but when you're streaming, that's compared to YouTube, for example, because I think there's probably more characters and stuff like that and shows on YouTube. YouTube is a very edited platform where you can like do segments. Maybe you record for 10 seconds and then you cut out the middle ground and you start like instantly. People do those like really fast talking cuts where they just never stop talking the whole video. That's the beauty of YouTube, is you can cut out the intermediate parts. But with Twitch, it's just live for hours and hours and hours, and trying to put on like a fake persona, that's really taxing. Now, some people can do it, Dr. Disrespect in his example, but even with him, you'll see like after a number of hours, he starts to kind of have these moments where he's got to take a break, or like he's wearing down, his character's not quite as strong. So I think just straight character streaming is just really hard, and it's also just a lot more work than just turning on a stream and being yourself. So I think for that reason, that's mostly why people don't do it. Like Sadomi said, and Velokk agreed with, I totally agree that everyone to some extent is their own character on Twitch. You probably, just by being on camera, exaggerate things about yourself. Just kind of turn yourself up to 10 as much as you can. And that might not be like a character. You might be not be wearing sunglasses and a mustache, but you are still, like Velokk, for example, is the energy guy, right? He's got all this energy on stream and stuff. And so he plays that up, and that it's not a character, but it's his brand, and character and brand are somewhat the same thing.
No, for sure.
Yeah. So, hopefully, good.
I was just gonna say, like, I definitely think it's easier being yourself for sure, and like it's kind of like, for me, it's kind of rewarding, like not having to put on a persona or anything, because I know that my chat likes me for me, and it's really cool, and it's good for them too, because for the people that have met me IRL after watching my streams, like they realize that I'm like, I might not be quite as energetic as I am on stream, but I'm still the same person. You know what I mean? Like I'm still like super happy to see them. I'm still super like I'm just a genuine person on stream and off stream, and I think it's good for the viewers to see that for sure.
Yeah, absolutely. I think you should be careful about that too, because it really can burn out people. I've been following some people on YouTube who are those, hey guys, what's going on? I'm so excited to be here today, and I cannot wait to talk to you guys about Fortnite. Yeah, so these guys, and it's funny because I've been seeing them put out videos recently where it's like, I'm just exhausted. I can't do this anymore. Like I can't sustain it. I got it. Like even on Twitch, actually, I talked about him a little bit recently, but Nightblue is this big League streamer who's the same way. He's like, all right, guys, today we're going to play League of Legends and try this crazy new thing, and it's going to be great. And like 4 years later, he's like, I'm quitting League. I'm done playing this game. I can't stand this anymore because it's not me. And so, like, you have
to be yourself.
Yeah, like you have to strike the balance of entertaining people and bringing energy and being excited, but not just being like unsustainable to the point where you're just trying to drive yourself crazy because you can't stand yourself anymore. So
for sure,
yeah. Hopefully that helps. All right, so we have a few more live chatters waiting to join the call. I don't know who joined first, so I'm just gonna grab Jesse. So hello, Jesse, you there?
Hi.
Hey, Jesse, how are you?
Good.
How's life? How's your stream?
It's doing well, actually.
Nice. That's awesome. What did you want to talk about on the show today?
So, this is kind of a situational thing, but I just recently downloaded Photoshop, and I still want to keep like a professional outlook on my stream, but how is it, like, is it okay to work on like stream stuff on stream? You know what I mean? Like layouts and stuff.
Yeah. So I've done some of this before. I think, it's fine. Like there's nothing wrong with it, and people like seeing that stuff a lot. It depends on, I always say this, but it goes back to what you want to have on your channel. Like if you really just want to be playing one game all the time or something, then maybe you do that stuff off stream or something, just because, people probably like not the same people who watch you play a game are going to watch you also make stuff on Photoshop. Maybe like you're really loyal people or something. But just kind of think about your brand and what you want it to be about. I think people love seeing behind the scenes stuff though. Like that's been very clear for anybody. Or people like to help you design stuff. I've had that happen too. Like, a lot of people think they're pretty good at Photoshop and everything. So maybe you want that, maybe you don't on there. But I think, I don't think there's anything wrong with it, if that's your question.
Okay. Because like, I always want to like try and keep like a good professional outlook on it, but I never know what's too unprofessional when it comes to streaming.
Yeah.
I think the best way to think about the question too is there's somebody who grills in his house and streams full time.
Okay.
Question: does he mostly do grilling?
Yep.
Like that's all he does?
Yep. He just puts a grill on his living room, dining room, coffee table, and he sits there with barbecue ribs and like a Logitech like 2.2 and just.
I've been doing it all wrong.
Yeah.
Clearly.
Well, okay. My question there was kind of like, does he also play games, or does he like almost grill every stream, pretty much?
I've never seen him play a game.
Okay, so that's what I'm kind of going for, right? Like, yeah, you can do anything on Twitch, but if you really want to grow really quickly, then doing a lot of different things might kind of stunt your growth. So, like, I don't think there's anything wrong with doing Photoshop on stream. I think that's awesome, and you could build an entire channel around just doing design work on stream. But if you're doing that and then mixing it in with Fortnite and then also other games and then other things, like that kind of muddies your channel a little bit. So if you want to grow really fast, that might be bad. But if you just want to, you know, just kind of build yourself up and have fun on stream, then I think that's great, because people who are your good friends and maybe close subscribers might want to see you do all that stuff. But people who want to see good Photoshop stuff or good Fortnite stuff aren't going to watch the other thing. But like in the grilling example, people will keep coming back to that channel because they know he's always grilling. So it doesn't really matter what he's doing. He's just doing it consistently.
Yeah. Good point.
Hopefully that helps you there. No.
So would dedicating a certain day to doing that would be better? Yeah,
that's an option. This is the same thing I've been working through, Jesse. Seriously, I just talked about this. I think it's a good strategy to start with working through maybe a certain day each week that you do that. Or even just a time. Like maybe you always start your stream with a game or something, and then like later on in the stream you switch to Photoshop. So it takes some experimenting and figuring out what you want to get out of your channel. But yeah, I think starting with a certain day of the week is a good way to experiment with it.
For sure.
Okay.
Cool. Does that answer your questions or anything else?
Yeah,
help
that
you
answers
with?
It.
Okay.
Thanks, Jess.
Thank you.
Awesome. Thank you.
Perfect.
Sweet. Okay, so now we're gonna grab Ginger.
Newt Gingrich.
Newt Gingrich is in chat?
Yep. The one and only.
Okay.
Yep.
Awesome.
Newt Gingrich.
The Newt is in the house.
The Newt.
What's up,
Newt?
How y'all doing?
How's it going, man?
Doing good.
Everything's good, man.
What do you want to chat about today, friend?
So I had a personal thing for my stream. So I stream a lot of Fortnite and I stream a lot of Battle Royale games, but it's mainly Fortnite now since that's the game that I picked up on. And and I'm still like in the growing process. I'm really trying to grow my stream and like really trying to expand my horizons as far as that goes. And I get a lot of people that are new to the stream that want to play with me all the time. And I've made the decision to let people know that I only like want to play with subscribers. Like if you subscribe, then I'll play with you. And like I want to grow, but at the same time I get people in there that will come in there, they'll follow, they'll expect me to play with them, and I'm like, oh, I only play with subscribers. I didn't know if that was like one of those things that might hinder like my growth at all, or like how do you guys feel about that?
This is actually something I've been thinking about a lot, because like I've stopped playing with as many people as I used to on Fortnite, because I do play a lot of Fortnite on stream. And I totally know what you're saying, because a lot of people, like, what they'll do is they'll come in and sometimes they won't even follow. Especially like this is like especially in Fortnite is like they'll come in, they won't even follow, and they'll be like, hey, can I play with you? I'm like, well, I got subscribers in here right now, so I'm kind of only playing with subscribers, or I'm only playing with followers. And then like you'll get that person and like they won't be like one of your consistent viewers, they're just looking for someone to play with. So it's a little rough like having that person come in or whatever. But I think like Green was talking about a paywall earlier on stream. It's kind of something you kind of want to stay away from. You want to include as many people in as possible. Obviously subs should have priority 100%. But this is definitely something that I'm like just over the past couple of days I've started considering is I need to start playing with people more again, even though they might just come in and say, hey, can I squad up? Or like they won't say hi or anything. They'll be like, can I play? And you just like, it's one of those things where if you want to grow, you need to include those people.
Right.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Do you do solo streams and streams with viewers?
So right now I'm trying to find like a consistency as far as like my stream goes. So like whenever I'm like streaming, I like try to stick with like playing solos, and then I'll start moving into playing with like another streamer, or if somebody's on that I know really well, like I'll play with like Jess, or I'll play with whoever's on that I know really well. And that's what I tell people. It's like I'll play with people I know first if they want to play, and then like later on, if I'm looking for somebody for a squad or something like that, that's when I include people. I haven't really set aside a day because I'm like looking for more consistency in my streams than I am setting aside days. You know what I mean?
Sure. I don't know if you look at your stats for your past streams and stuff. Do you notice that you have more viewers when you're doing solo stuff or when you're playing with viewers and subs, or is there a difference?
So when I'm playing with other people, it seems to dip down a little bit depending on like who I'm playing with, because I'm decent at Fortnite. So when I play solos, I'm getting a lot of like high kill, good wins and stuff like that. And I'm not saying it's the other people, but it's like sometimes it backs off from like my gameplay. So and like that's where I think I'm lacking in, is like when I'm playing with another person, I'm not as like engaging, I guess. I'm more like engaging with the other person than I am with like the chat and stuff like that. So
I know that feeling with the Rocket League. It's the exact same thing for me. Like I'll play with. That's why I kind of started playing. There's a mode on Rocket called Solo Standard. It's standard where everyone plays like by themselves. I think that whenever you have to decide between, focusing on stream and focusing on like who you're playing with, determine if this is a strictly business decision, not like our friend decision. So like, don't everyone take this personally like, when you do it, but decide if like that person's good for your stream, or that person's just good for like your gameplay. And at what point can you find a good mesh? Because there's some people who are great for my gameplay, but I can never bring them on stream.
right,
Some people who are great to stream, but I'm losing every game, guaranteed.
yeah,
And then that'll tilt me a little bit. Then stream gets a little hostile. It's just not a good look. So you have to find that balance between the two, and then we find that one person, put a ring on it.
yeah. I feel like the best example is looking at like Ninja and Dr. Lupo. It's like one of those things. It's like you kind of have to find that balance of like, okay, they're good for stream and also a good player. And like, even though like it's fun to play with people, there's a lot of like not very good players in Fortnite, but I have a lot of fun playing with them. So like that's like my hindrance. So it's like,
if you want to play with other people, finding someone who is good to stream with is the biggest priority. It literally does not matter if they're bad at the game, but as long as they realize that you are streaming, that they can't talk to you every second and every minute, and you won't always answer, and that there'll be gaps where you're just talking to the chat. Finding that person is very hard, but once you do, that is the person that you can stream with every time, and it'll be fine. Especially in a game like Fortnite, because like you were saying, Dr. Lupo and Ninja complement each other very well. Dr. Lupo will fill Ninja's dead air when he takes a break or something, or he'll back off when he knows Ninja's talking to the chat. He'll kind of like drop something if he says it and Ninja doesn't respond. He won't like, hey, just keep listening to me, like because a lot of people will do that. I have a friend who's just I love playing with him, but he's just awful to stream with. He will not shut up. And he would totally ruin my stream if I had him on there, because you would never hear me. You'd just hear him the whole time. Right. So I think but the thing is, you have to strike the balance in terms of like viewers and subs. You really have to strike that balance between giving people what they think they want and giving them what they want as the streamer, because you drive the stream. So like, even though you might have people join in and say like, hey, wait, can I play with you? Hey, can I play? And then like they'll leave if you don't play with them or whatever. You'd actually lose more people if you let him play with you, if that makes sense.
Right.
That's something you just have to learn over time, but it's like, it really, like 90% of the time, I think solo streaming is the way to go, especially in your case. If you have really good games, if you're good at the game, keep pushing that, keep like reinforcing that identity. And maybe you pick like a day a week or a certain time, even an event like once a month or something, where you play with subs and viewers and make that more of a thing. So
I think that's like the hardest part getting over, is like you have those people that are coming in and they want to play with you and stuff like that, but in the back of your mind, like if you play with them, like you want to be the nice person, they're gonna leave anyway. And it's just like, that's the hardest thing to get past. It's like, man, like why did I do that? Like, why did I play with them if I knew they were just gonna leave? But it's like I'm not the type of person to just be like I've switched that up now. Like now I'm like starting to be like, no, I can't play with you or whatever.
Yep.
But like I used to never be that person where I'm just like, no, I can't play with you. I was always be like, yeah, hop in, whatever, you can play, whatever, do this, that, and the other. It's like it's so hard now. It's just like I have to tell us like, yo, I'm only playing with subscribers. So if you want to like, and I don't force it upon people either. So I'm not that type of person to like force upon them. So it's like, you have to sub right now, or you're gonna not play with me in the future, okay? Like, no, I'm not. I just can't do that. Like, so it's hard, but
yeah, no, that's definitely something you have to learn over time. And you realize that like the chat doesn't always know what they want best. That's a whole nother topic. Like, you know, it could be games you play. Hey, play Minecraft. Hey, streamer, play Roblox. Like
that's what I'm seeing a lot now too, is like people just telling other streamers what to play, and they have to literally go on like Twitter or like on stream and be like, listen, I'm playing this, stop telling me what to play. I've seen like at least like 5 or 6 people that I follow just straight up have to go on Twitter and just make a video and be like, hey, I'm playing this, stop telling me to play Destiny 2. I want to play Destiny 2. I want to play this game. And I'm just like, Jesus, like people are actually telling you to play that like that much. It's crazy.
Yeah, it's a whole thing that like you just have to realize that you're in the driver's seat as the stream. You're the one responsible for growing it, and you can't let other people direct the stream because then you've just thrown yourself off course. So
yeah, you're not the streamer anymore.
Right.
So.
Yep. So cool. Does that kind of help you out? Hopefully.
Yeah, I think so. I think I've gotten the answers I need.
Awesome. Thank you, dude. I appreciate it so much.
Thank you, guys.
Awesome, brother.
See ya. All right. So we need some more callers, people. We need to get some people in this Discord. So if you are listening right now, just go ahead and join our Discord. Join the join here, and you can come on the show and ask us about Sadomi's pet rabbit. You can ask Velokk about where he gets his haircut. Hair mechanics, by the way.
Or top 5 reasons to stay in the wait.
Yeah. Yep.
I had something there.
Nailed it.
Never mind.
Nailed it.
This is why you don't take allergy meds.
Yeah.
Before allergy meds.
I see a few questions in the chat though. So Belv has asked a few questions, I think, but he said, "My gear isn't the best, but if I could upgrade one thing, what do you guys think is the most important piece of gear to upgrade? For example, monitor, GPU, mic, webcam, etc." Ooh.
That is completely dependent on what you already have and what you already like. Because my honest answer to a lot of people is, yo, I have my camera, my mic, my monitor. I'm like, upgrade your content.
Okay.
For some people, not for you.
That's a whole another topic. Okay. For a second though, let's assume that everyone has like the same level of gear, right? Everyone's got like a very, maybe a decent mic, a decent camera. Like, to take your stream to the next level, what's like the most important piece in your opinion? Aside from content, just gear. Audio.
Yeah, audio.
I agree.
Yeah. And honestly, a lot of things can be fixed just by using like plugins, adjusting your mic settings, not having your mic facing the wrong direction.
Jesse. Yep. Oh boy. Audio is so big. I think it's the most important thing on your stream in terms of gear. Again, like Sadomi said, like a nice mic isn't gonna make you entertaining. You have to be entertaining and have a foundation on everything. But if you have like that extra room to go further in something, I think audio is the biggest difference, because someone coming into your channel and just hearing a really clean mic can suddenly grab their attention. And that is great. I think you can do that with a camera too in some cases, but it's much harder and much more expensive. So audio, you can pay a lot less and get a lot of value out of it. So that's where I'd put my money personally.
Now to flip that question, the least
important.
Yeah.
Probably your actual PC hardware. Probably the least important.
I don't know.
Like, just like, if you have a crap camera but a really good computer, like if I'm pixelated AF right here or whatever, but I'm running 60 frames per second, gameplay, maybe I need to upgrade my camera.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I mean, PC hardware is tough because there's so much PC hardware. It's like, well, your power supply should not be as good. Like, you can pick out any little, like, you need less RAM. I don't know. It's tougher to pick that out. I think, like he mentioned monitors. I think monitors are not as important as people think. Like a second monitor is nice for chat. Yeah, like it's not gonna, like no one's gonna see your monitor on stream. Don't put money into that. Don't put money into your mouse.
Play not as good because the frame rate sucks on them.
Yeah.
Yeah. For my first like 6-month streaming, I used my phone for chat. I had my 42-inch Vizio. Matter of fact, oh no, my room's dirty. Never mind. My 42-inch dirty Vizio TV on my desk. I'm sitting the same space from it, and I just had my chat on my phone and below it and Rocket League, and that was it. I didn't even have OBS or anything up on my second screen. It was just that.
I have to share this really quickly. So I found this thing recently. This is amazing. This will change your life if you're a streamer. It is a window you pull up on your PC, just like a chat window. But the difference is it's transparent. You can resize it, and you can change it so that you can click through it, and it goes over everything. So like imagine you're in an Overwatch game, Rocket League, League of Legends, whatever. If you have one monitor, you can now have chat overlaid on top of your game. You can click through it, and it's always there. So you don't have to look anywhere else. It's right by your game. It's amazing.
That's amazing.
If you want to learn more about it, I have it in our Discord, and I'll also put it in show notes and stuff. So it's my like latest obsession thing on Twitch. Really, really cool stuff.
Throwing out my second monitor.
Yeah, who needs it, right? just kill my frames anyway. So okay, so really quickly here. Okay, so Zelda Fan Eyes has a question in chat. Says, so out of curiosity, I'm a musician and thought about streaming some gigs IRL before. However, what holds me back is the lack of ability to keep constant interaction with the chat. What do you think about limited interaction and how that could affect the stream?
If it's a music stream, I feel like that's actually better because no offense to anybody, but like if you're listening to music, not often do you want to listen. Like none of people listen to like at least in my opinion, the like dialogue music video versions because I want to listen to the music. At least that's what I want to do. Unless it's like a show for your chat, like you're doing a show just for your chat, then yeah, like find ways to interact with them, like keep your chat up if you can somewhere off to the side, then check it between like songs. But if you're playing like a live venue, I say focus on the live venue and just like keep that energy because that will transfer into your stream.
Yeah. So just in the general case of like limiting chat interaction to focus on something, that's very common on Twitch. So don't worry about that. Like I watch a lot of League streamers. The biggest League streamers are not interacting with chat very much. They're just focusing on their game. They're playing really well. This applies to any game, I think. If you're really trying to focus and really perform well at something, then don't worry so much about interacting with chat all the time because they probably want to see you play that thing well anyway. So I don't think it's a huge deal. In the case of music specifically, I still think it's fine because like you can't expect. Like, so we had Mel, for example, at ECGC. He gave a talk to an audience, right? It'd be very strange if Mel just throughout the talk started talking to Twitch chat. Like, he's got 100 people sitting there in front of him, but he's looking down at his phone and trying to interact with the Twitch chat too. No. Just focus on the people that are actually there because that's just why they're there. So
yeah,
I think having a moderator there would help. Like one of your mods just kind of like run chat for you. I think that would be beneficial.
Yeah, that'd be huge for sure. Someone that you can tell ahead of time, like, hey, I can't really be there that much. Can you be in there and help me kind of pay attention to them while I can't really type? So hopefully that helps. Cool. Did I miss any questions or anything here? We had a lot of chat activity. We need some callers, friends. Please join our Discord server.
Call us.
Call us so you can listen to my sexy voice and Vel's sexy voice and Green's sexy voice, but especially my sexy voice. Come call in.
My own. So what have you guys been excited about on Twitch recently? Any streamers that have caught your eye? Any new things that you have your setup that you're excited about? What excites you about Twitch right now?
I've noticed a lot of my friends who've been streaming, either they went one of two directions. They're either completely gone now, or they're getting like up there. So that's great to see. Not the people leaving, but like the people who are sticking with it. I see them all getting growth, and it also like inspires me to like, okay, let me catch up.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah, I love seeing all my friends and everybody else like kind of grow, like get up there. Like Velokk, your streams have been doing awesomely. Green, these podcasts have been kicking absolute booty. So it's like seeing everybody go together. It's beautiful. It's art
For sure.
Yeah, I sort of see that as like, you know, the initial hype is dying off, it sounds like, and like the people who are going to stick to it are actually showing up now. Do you guys think, like, what do you think of Twitch hype in general? Do you think Twitch is more hyped than it's ever been right now? Do you think that it's dying down? What do you think of that?
I think what people are doing, and I think everyone sees stream like, oh my god, it looks so fun, I want to stream. So we're getting a lot of people who want to stream, want to get stream like back up, or like getting like stream, you know, started. And it's really cool to see, but also a lot of like worrying too, because people have these weird expectations of like, yeah, if I just stream this game, I get like what, 20, 30 viewers, and then you get like and then they stream Overwatch, and then no one comes to the chat for like a week straight, and they're like, man, Twitch sucks, I'm done with this garbage, no one does this anymore, god. And then it's like, you know, I think it doesn't set up like, I think what Twitch will love to do actually is kind of like a mini how to get started thing for people who just log on to Twitch, like, hey, you're streaming here, before you can like get your stream key, go through this little like info page, like, you know, what OBS, like how to, you know, just download it, because they're earning guys over
Twitch etiquette too.
If you come into my stream and you say, hey, my stream's having a giveaway, bro, you getting rated with this hand, okay? Don't make me every syllable clap ever again.
Oh man,
Yeah,
that is fantastic.
it's true though.
It is. It is so true. Oh my gosh.
Twitch etiquette is like, it's like common sense. Like not everybody has it anymore, man.
I think it applies to viewers a lot too. This goes back to the question we just had. Like, people who are new to the platform just don't know certain things about it. Like, you can't walk into a streamer with any size audience really and just demand them to start playing a different game. So it's not just streamers, it's viewers too, people who are just new to the platform.
Yeah, it's just Twitch etiquette across the board.
Yeah,
it really is. There's so many people that just don't get it. Like, it's, oh my god, you know, I've been told so many times I need to go play like Roblox or something. I'm just like, no. Like, how would I don't play that? How would I play what I'm playing?
Here's
right
a better
now?
idea. No.
Have fun or bye. Like,
yeah. Oh man, it must be just due to all the people coming into Twitch the first time who don't know. But man, people who are on the platform though for years still don't know this stuff. So,
oh, for sure.
I don't know.
Or my favorite one is like breaking. People forget that breaking in-game rules for like cheating and like kind of abuse and stuff, that carries over to Twitch too. So like if you're streaming you being extremely toxic in a game, you can actually get banned on Twitch for that.
Yep. Absolutely.
People forget about that, and like if so, it's like you need to realize that you're broadcasting to people.
Right.
Like you're live. Like assume you are a broadcast TV network or you're a YouTube video that's up forever. Because once someone clips something, guess what? It's legit there forever because they're gonna download that and they're gonna show their friends. And the next thing you know, you're on like ABC like 6 years later for like accidentally kicking your cat because you got it once. Like rampant streamer abuses animals on Twitch.
Yeah.
More news at 11.
Oh,
and it's
man.
like I was getting a soda. Like,
yep. Okay, so we have a couple questions coming in here now from Discord, actually. So Belvedere says, do you guys think that the timing of a stream has much to do with the success of a stream? For example, I'm from Australia, and I tend to stream the same time as Ninja. So do you think another game outside of Fortnite would be more successful? I play Overwatch a lot, but I feel like it's a bit of a dead game outside of established streamers / pro players. So basically, does stream time impact your stream in the sense of competing with other streamers? What do you guys think
There's
about
so
that?
many viewers on Twitch, man.
yeah,
There's
that's the best way to
so
put
many
it.
viewers on Twitch, and the ones that are going to go watch Ninja are going to watch Ninja regardless. But
Yeah.
there's so many other ones that want to look for the smaller streamers because they want that connection and they just want to chill and hang out in an actual community of people. So don't ever, like, Ninja's not stealing viewers. Man's not stealing viewers. Like, there's so many people on Twitch that are just trying to find someone new to watch. Don't necessarily worry about that, man. That's not something you need to really
Yeah.
Yeah,
Focus
I think of
on.
Twitch is like a competition in that regard of like, okay, he's streaming this, so he's stealing all the viewers. No, like if I'm watching Ninja, because Ninja's on, I don't care about watching Fortnite. I'm gonna watch Ninja because I want to like, I want to watch someone who's like a PG streamer who's doing like good things. I want to steal some ideas from him and then like hope no one notices on my stream. That's what I'm doing.
Yeah.
Like if Veli's on, like he could be playing solitaire. I'm gonna come and be like, hey Veli, I'm gonna say in chat for 5 minutes, then put him on lurk mode while I go do stuff for eating. Same thing I do every day, no matter what. And I'm assuming a lot of Twitch viewers are the same as me too in that regard. Like we're gonna watch no matter what. Like you could be the only streamer streaming one game I really want to play. If I don't like you, bro, I'm going to YouTube.
Yeah, I think this is a common misconception of a lot of people who are new to Twitch. It's something we talked about before, but basically the idea that you're competing with other people, that people have the viewers, and it's like, well, he's got all the viewers, I guess they're not gonna watch me. I can't possibly have viewers that he won't have. So basically you learn over time that like you will have your own viewers. Ninja, for example, will have his own viewers, and Overwatch, maybe Shadow or whatever, will have his own viewers. Right. It doesn't really matter what time you stream if you're just worried about competing with other people. Now, streaming time can have an impact on itself. Whether you stream. Velokk, for example, streams in the mornings now. Used to stream like at 10 at night.
And it works better for me.
What, in the morning now works better?
Yeah, like that's like kind of one of the touch on is like it kind of matters about your like stream personality. You know what I mean? Like how you handle streams. Like I'm super energetic on stream, so morning time is the best for me. I stream Fortnite during when Ninja is streaming sometimes. Like, but it's not like he's taking my viewers from me. You know, but go ahead with what you were saying. Sorry.
No, I was just gonna say, like, for example, like you get different audiences based on what time you stream. Tom Cruise in the chat did make a good point that if you're in smaller directories, I will say this, that we have sort of experimented with the True channel and trying to make sure that, if you have a certain number of viewers and you realize like maybe take like a smaller game, for example, that has one huge streamer who just sort of gets like an insane amount of viewers. When he's not online, everyone else is sort of at the same viewer level. You'll stand out more when he's not streaming. So in that case, if it's a smaller game, like you could stream at certain times so that you don't get flooded out by some other streamer who is actually just like making you less visible physically in the directory. Now he's not stealing your viewers, but it's like you're getting less visibility because he's on, if that makes sense.
You're just not streaming at peak times for that game. Right. That makes sense.
Yeah. So in that sense, like you could strategize around it. I still think it's not a huge deal. Like it's still going to be like, you can't sit there and mathematically determine like, okay, this is the best time to stream. And if I stream at this time, I will grow. Like it's at the end of the day, it always comes down to your channel. Like no matter what, you just have to be entertaining. I mean, you could stream at the worst times ever or whatever and still grow your channel if you're just doing the right stuff. So mini rant over on that one. Sadomi, you have anything on that one to add?
Like with timing, like for me, I used to stream every day, noon, forever. And that's because I realized that, hey, 12 p.m. is the perfect time because EU people are just getting off of work, while people from NA are getting on to lunch or just going to work or coming from work early. And then moving into that, I stream up until like 6 or 5 or 7, depending on how I felt that day. And then that's like people getting off from the NA and the people who are in the bed in EU. So I kind of had like, if you think about the world in general, it kind of just steady flow of people, depending on the game directly, and everything's going to be the same perfectly. But timing isn't going to kill you, or make you, for that matter.
Absolutely. Sorry,
I'll give you like little blows here and there, but that's pretty much it.
I'm sorry for everyone listening. Someone's trying to call me or something, and it's not hanging up. So should hopefully be fixed now. Sorry if I killed your ears there.
Leave Green alone.
Thank you for the question, Belvedere. I appreciate it. I did have one on Twitter I wanted to cover really quickly that Bronzebeard25 sent me. He said he wanted to ask, basically, would you consider streaming akin to acting? For instance, do you practice your most entertaining version of yourself off stream? It's kind of a cool idea. So basically, do you work on your personality outside of stream to prep for the stream? Does that make sense?
Yeah, I understand exactly what you're asking, but I'm not sure if I do intentionally. I know intentionally or not, because I know for a fact whenever I'm playing games, I'm not sure if this is because I'm like subconsciously practicing for stream, but sometimes if I'm like not even that into a game or I'm just like playing it, I'm not like focusing on something else, I'm also kind of like just talking more than I normally would, just playing completely by myself, like in my normal part. But I only practice anything. I think that's what the one good thing about streaming. You stream so much for so long, and I think that's how you know. Like, what's good about being a small streamer? You can practice things don't work. Like for you personally, you don't feel right about something. You can always like, Like lately, I've noticed I've been trying to curse a lot less. Only because I saw like Ninja was doing it, and I thought about it really hard. I was like, yeah, like a lot of my friends have like kids, and I was like, yeah, I let them watch you, but you literally talk about intercourse like 6 times, and then like other things I don't want to repeat to like 10-year-olds. And I'm like, good point. So I started toning it back a little bit, and I noticed that wasn't me. Like I like talking about the nasties, so I start, like kind of in my personal life too, kind of like pulling back a bit, but also keeping with who I am at the same time. So I don't practice for stream per se. I just practice being a better all-around person.
Yeah, for sure.
On stream. There we go. That's what
I had to do the same thing, man. Like, you just like there's certain things you shouldn't say on Twitch. I'm not gonna say them in real life either. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah,
just like certain things you gotta work on. Like, I was in the army, and those people have potty mouths, dude. And I was known as like the dick in the unit. Like, so I had some practicing to do, man. When I first I was just about anything, you know what I mean? And then like you get out of the army and you realize that nobody talks like that, and you're like, fuck. And then like being on Twitch and like like everybody's super sensitive these days, and like that's fine or whatever. Like, but you have to kind of like you have to go with that, man. And, like if you want to like change it on stream, don't just change it on stream. Because you're gonna get caught slipping up for sure.
Yeah.
So change yourself 100%.
I kind of feel like streaming is less like acting and more like public speaking in my eyes. Because so I'll go back and review my broadcast and see like was I stuttering? Did I say things that were weird, or like how did I interact with the chat? Were there weird periods where I was just staring there like doing nothing? So it's not acting as much as like just critiquing myself and seeing like, hey, I could probably say like less here. I could probably say less ums. I could probably enunciate that better, whatever. So hopefully that makes more sense.
Enunciation for sure. I definitely worked on like enunciating correctly and everything. It's like I have like a weird issue where like I kind of slur or like I'll mumble every once in a while. And like at the beginning of streaming, it was awful. I was like, I should probably clear up how I'm talking a little bit more, for people's ears and stuff. But I mean things like that. I don't work on like my personality at all. I just work on like what do I say, how do I say it, stuff like that, like they've been saying this whole time.
Absolutely. Yeah, I'm the same way. I mean, even in this podcast right now, I'm like conscious of things that man, I messed that up, I gotta fix that, like making these slip ups, so I noticed I say so a lot. See, that's an example.
And so going on to that,
but that is a good question. I appreciate that. It's a cool conversation to have.
That's a different conversation or a different question.
Absolutely. So we have Soyvalon waiting in the chat. Soyvalon, you there, my friend?
Hello.
Hey, how's it going, man?
Hello.
Good. Just hearing double for a second.
Oh, it's not good. Streams,
Double.
low latency. What did you want to talk about today, man?
Well, as someone who is interested in going into streaming, and I was wondering what you would consider would be what parts of streaming I should focus on more as starting off as a new streamer.
What are you trying to get from streaming?
Well, so I want to be like a streamer more community focused based, and because I feel that's an important part of streaming, and I find myself more engaged to a stream who has a focused community rather than just watching someone play a game. And as someone who watches streamers who are based around community, I pick up some things that they do, like focus with chat interaction and making sure that the gameplay doesn't necessarily be your focus or your full focus. But I'm new to streaming. I've messed with OBS a little bit, but I don't know much about Twitch or anything else, or for the streaming side of Twitch.
Sure. So starting on Twitch is a pretty big, ginormous topic. Is there like maybe one area that you have more interest in, like whether it's how to set up a stream or like how to build a community or how to get started with social media? Like, is there something that you think we can help more specifically with? Just because that's a huge topic.
Yeah. I'd say community would be my first focus.
Okay, so what kind of games are you interested in playing? I guess because there's a lot of different games that you could stream for sure. But if you're trying to focus on growing a community, it might hinder. Might like is like Green was just saying. Starting streaming on Twitch is huge. So if your main focus 100% is having a community of people to hang out with, then focus on games that aren't as popular like Fortnite or PUBG. But if you want to go play those games, you kind of need to find like a balance. You know what I mean? Like there's so much, man. There's so much. Honestly, like I think for just starting out streaming, like just find a game that you like at first, that you know you're already able to play it and you know it, and then like start streaming with that because you're comfortable with the actual game, and like you're gonna enjoy playing that game, and then start branching into other games that you know you can build a community around. Is what I would say. That way you can like you're already used to a game, you can kind of get used to streaming a little bit, and you get used to like reacting to chat and everything, so you don't have to worry about playing a new game as well as reacting to chat. So find a game that you already know, start streaming a little bit, and then start incorporating newer games to try to like grow your community is what I would say. I don't know, what do you guys think?
So you watch Dan, correct?
Yes.
You really like Dan's community, I'm guessing, the way he interacts with people?
Yes.
Okay, so I'm glad you asked this question because I've been thinking about this a lot recently. If you want to start a community from like scratch, from zero, from nothing, and then eventually build up to something similar to Dan's or other streamers who have very like tight-knit communities who all seem like very good friends, it's a lot simpler than you think it would be. Basically, you just focus on one person at a time and you make that person your best friend. You do not try to bring in everyone at once. You do not try and get everywhere. You focus on streaming. You have one viewer coming into your chat. That viewer is now your best friend. You love that viewer. You do whatever that viewer wants. In that case, you play games with that viewer. You do whatever you want with that viewer. Your point is just to make that person feel like you are great friends and someone that he'd want to come back and hang out with. You can literally like write down things about the person, like their birthdays, the things they like to do. These are all things you can talk about in the chat with them. So it sounds like kind of scumbaggy when I say it like that a little bit, just because you're like memorizing stuff, but literally it's just making really good friends on Twitch. And it's one person at a time. You start with one, and then you work up to 2, and then 5, and then 10. And for each of those people, you really, really make sure that you just learn as much as you can about them, what they like, what they don't like. You can cater your stream to it if you want to, but more importantly is just, making them feel like you are a great friend to them. That I think is the quick and dirty of how to make that happen. Mm-hmm. Sadomi, have anything to add there?
For starting that community, I feel like the best way, one thing I've learned with myself was when I first started streaming, I would do like solo queue Rocket League. Then if someone came in, we'd play rank together, and I don't care what their rank was. I just play with them because they want to play rank. We'll play rank. If they want to play, we'll play on rank. It doesn't really matter. Then we just got more people. I tried to include as many people as possible. So I started doing in-house games, and that was like almost every stream, but it wasn't like the main focus. It was like, every stream I did in-house games though. But over time, people came in, and then I started just finding like most of the people who were in my stream were just my friends I've had beforehand too at this point. And now people who they're friends with kind of come in, and then the whole cycle kind of rotates around. So just find your friends who, like any friends you have, just have them come through and be like, hey, come by stream. Tell me if you like it. If not, stay for a minute, 2 hours. I don't care. Just come by, check it out. Thank you if you do. I'll just say hi to you.
Yep.
If they're willing to spend like their time on you, you should definitely be willing to do the same. Just get to know them, like that person, like be friends with them because they clearly see something in you and just appreciate that.
Mm-hmm. I'll also say when you're starting from like very little and you're a very small audience, this only works for very small streams usually, but try to let people who are there, like viewers, have some sort of role in your channel, whether they are moderators. Like you can be quick to mod people, honestly, when you're starting, just because that's one more thing they have a role in on your channel and they feel more invested in it. You could put them in a Discord, give them some sort of control over the stream. Maybe they can vote on games or something. And yeah, I think like you shouldn't be afraid to play with viewers and stuff like that at like ground zero, just starting everything. That doesn't scale because like we talked about earlier, like at some point you can't play with all 20 viewers at the same time. You can't be best friends with 100 people at the same time. So you just have to, if you want to get started though, I think that is the best and fastest way to do it. So.
All right.
Cool.
And one last tip I have for you too.
Think about.
just like one tip I have for you that I've implemented myself that's worked really well for me, keeping like stream energy. If you don't have many people watching your stream, don't stream like you have 100 people. Stream like you have 10 people watching you at all the time. They're just lurking. Because you have 100 people, it's like you might get nervous, like, yeah, 100 people, it's a lot of people. And then you look at chat and it's kind of dead. It's like there's no way there's 100 people here. 10 people though, it makes sense because you think about streams. Not many people actually like sit there and chat the entire time. They put on a stream, like say hi, say what's up, then they go and like play a game or do art or eat cereal. Who knows? So just always assume you're like streaming for like 10 people all the time.
Yep.
Yeah. All right.
Cool.
Thank you.
Yep. Thanks for the question, man.
Thanks for
Appreciate
thinking
it.
about.
See ya.
Sweet. All right. So ClickSticks had a question in Discord again.
That's a cool name.
It is a cool name. It says, do you believe a multi-character streamer would be successful or too complicated for the audience to relate to?
It has to be written.
Hold on real quickly. Just let me finish this one up. He says, for example, the streamer becomes a badass DDR type while playing shooters, then switches over to a completely different character and costume with a different demeanor and name while playing retro games. Retro Ronald, Danger Dan. Interesting. Have you guys seen any examples of like multi-character streamers?
Not streamers, but yeah, kind of YouTubers.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Kind of. But then again, that's really like a video format. So think between, like I said, to do that, it has to be really well like written. Like the characters you have to write, like has to be, you know, different traits about them. Not the same. If you're trying to portray definitely a different character, it has to be obvious that okay, that's Dirty Dan and this is Sacrilegious Steve. Like you gotta have different traits. Words.
Yeah.
I passed surrogate English, I promise.
Okay. Okay, so there are a few, very few examples of this I know. The first one is, do you guys know Kit Boga? Have you heard of him? So, speaking of what I just asked recently, he might be my favorite channel on Twitch right now, just because it's such a crazy idea. Basically, Kit Boga, he will call scam callers specifically, and troll them back for hours. So basically, like someone who's pretending to be Microsoft support says like, hey, your warranty is bad. We need to fix your computer. Like, oh, you have a tax fraud. We're the IRS. And it's, you know, some guy in India calling and clearly not the IRS. So he will call them back, like pretending to be just either. So he puts on personas when he does this, right? He can be like an old lady with a voice changer. So, I don't know what happened to my credit card, or some like a dude girl is like, I don't even know what happened. So he's got like wigs and voice changers and stuff. So in that case, he has characters that he plays in the stream that he'll bring back consistently, and the chat loves that. Like they'll ask for certain characters. But you know it's him under all that, and he'll come out of costume and talk to the chat in his normal voice. So that's like the only example I can think of where that's worked really well. I don't know if you guys know other channels specifically. Like YouTube, I can think of a few as well. But
yeah, I didn't know who that person was, but now that you remember you said them, I'm like, yeah, I know who it is.
I'm trying to think of any other examples. I know like some people that'll put on wigs and stuff.
Lit.
Yeah, so but he's like he's not a different character, you know.
Right. Having two different kinds of like personalities on one stream, it kind of like that worries me a little bit. I guess like it's something that you could pull off, but it'd be different. Like my only worry is like, what if somebody likes one character but not the other?
Mm-hmm.
That's gonna be hard to do. Like, how do they know when one character is gonna be there versus? You know what I mean? Like, is it set like to specific times? Like, it's a lot for viewers to have to deal with if they're trying to connect with you.
Yeah, I would say like I think it would work best probably for someone just starting if you like occasionally work it in for very short segments. Like maybe you have a green screen and like you're gonna take a break or something, so you tell chat you're gonna take a break, but then suddenly there's another scene and you're in a blonde wig and you're pretending to be someone else or something. But that can't be the whole stream. It has to be like short little segments. I think that's a good way to get started with it, and I think it could work. But it's like character streaming on steroids, because now you got to convey multiple characters convincingly. One is hard enough, but now you have to do many of them.
Sounds exhausting.
Yeah, it's probably exhausting. I think it can work, but it's probably not very common. So
I think a good thing to note from this conversation is that the fact that we don't have many answers for this means it's a really good idea because no one's really done it before. Who's really popped off? So hey, take it and refine your craft. If you mess up, hey, just pick it back up, do it again. Just try to do a little different next time. Like that seems like a fun idea. If you can nail it, that's clean. I like it.
Miss Teague says she has some examples, so I'd love to see those at some point. A few more questions floating around here. So, okay, I think this is a question from Zelda. It says, in the past, I've noticed there has been a kind of split between being a moderator for streams and being a streamer yourself. A lot of people don't do both due to time restraints. Do you think it's good to do both, or should someone focus on one role, especially if they already have an established community to stream to?
I can answer this one funny because I was a mod on I think 5 different channels. I've been kicked off all of them because I'm a horrible mod. Like I'll come to your stream like, hey, yeah, can you mod for me? Yeah, sure, I'll mod for you today. And then like I'll come back. I'm like, okay, I'm gonna be doing other stuff. Oh shoot, so on to them. Sorry, it's really hard for me because then people will stream at my time who I would mod for. It will be impossible. Like Courtney, I was a mod for her stream for a while, but since I streamed exactly the same time she streamed. It was like I couldn't be in chat and do that. And also, like, some streamers' personalities probably don't mix well with being mods as well. At least mine doesn't. Because I'm either very lenient or like, nope, just get out. I'm sick of you. Because you deal with trolls on your own channel and kind of take that out on other people's channel. Like someone's like, hey, your boobs look nice. You know what? Get out of here. Get out. Get out. Get out. Bye. Permit. Report it. Get out. X. Dip.
Yeah, so. I'm sort of the same way. I think like one of the other is gonna be best. I mean, all of our sponsored streamers are mods in our channel. You just give them that role. But I really think like the best streamers just stream. The best mods just mod. So I mean, you can do both. I don't know. You disagree?
Oh yeah, totally. Susie QQ is the best mod I've ever had in my channel ever. She's also a streamer at night. Like so it doesn't mess with her schedule at all. But like having Susie QQ there is like she's like out of all the moderators, she's by far the and everybody knows that because Susie QQ is always in the chat, is always the first one to shout people out when I'm like, hey, can I get a shout out for this person? Always there, always moderating, and just it's awesome. But she also streams at night, and I think she kind of like it. The whole point with like Sadomi was saying like that person might take how they handle their streams over to yours. You need to make sure that moderator knows you because that moderator needs to be an extension of you during your stream. And Susie QQ definitely knows how to do that for sure. I'm not just trying to talk a bunch of I'm not trying to uptalk Susie QQ. By the way, go check her out. Regardless, it all depends on like the moderator that you have. Like they can definitely be a streamer on their own time for sure, but they have to know you as a streamer to effectively moderate your channel.
Sure,
that's what I think.
It's a really good point, actually. Yeah, definitely changed my view on that. You're right. I agree.
I don't know. My biggest issue though is that like in some cases you might have instances where like let's say that your mod's also a streamer. If you stream longer, if you stream at a different time than usual, and that coincides with the time that your mod would usually be streaming, suddenly you don't have a mod because they want to be streaming rather than modding. So
right.
I'm okay. I should say that I don't think mods who also stream can't be good mods. I think they're really, especially smaller cases, right? For smaller streamers, if you're a streamer, you know how to run a stream. So in that sense, you're probably a good mod because you know what that streamer would probably like. It's different for each streamer. But as you get bigger and bigger on Twitch for like the biggest channels, you really, like you don't see other streamers being mods in other streamers' chats for like, hundreds, thousands of viewers, right?
Yeah.
Very often.
Like active mods, not the honorary mod people give it up.
Right. Yeah. So I think it probably depends on sort of where you are on Twitch in terms of following and everything. But yeah, I mean, I guess you could be a good mod regardless of whether you're a streamer or not. You just have to be committed and know the person a lot. So where I think it tends to usually be like really committed fans, it could also be a streamer that maybe you're mentoring or that just really likes you for whatever reason. Maybe you have something in common. Just someone who really knows your channel. That's the biggest thing there.
It's not common, that's for sure.
Yeah, exactly.
I got very lucky. I'll say that for sure.
Awesome.
Like I'm a bad mod. I already know I'm a bad mod. No one mod me. I'm horrible. Like I'm horrible. Don't mod.
Are you still a mod of my channel? I forget.
Not anymore.
There we go.
She wanted me that one night, and then I didn't show up for like 3 months.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. All right.
Mod status.
See, these are the good conversations, though. Bring out the heat, you know? You got to get that
Yeah.
debate going, because
For sure.
Twitch is not a one-answer platform. So,
Oh,
okay.
actually, one more thing about that topic too.
Yeah.
It really does depend on the stream too, because I've noticed some streams are just like the chat is like its own, like it's just has a tail and it has
Yep.
legs and it's just moving. And then you have like chats are more like John. A good example, John Sandman, if anybody knows him.
Yep.
His chat community is just like they stomp out the BS quick.
It's
Like
very
you
positive
start
community.
you start spamming stuff. He's like, nah, bro, we don't do that here. Chill, man, chill. And like the mods are all like together, quick. They're there. Like he's a good mod team, and like, he needs a first community for like who's a good one. Forzen, I guess. Done even.
Yeah.
It's just,
Just finding those people, you know? And it sounds like he just built a whole community of those people. So that's an option too. Okay, Belvedere is another question on Discord. It says, on past episodes, I heard it is not possible to go from webcam to no webcam. I kind of want to do that. Do you think that's possible? Sorry, I thought it was really funny. Just say, it's not possible. Do you think it's possible? It says, the reason being is that I am much more talkative when people can't see me. I didn't realize that until after I had a webcam going. Interesting. So basically, she's wondering if it's feasible to go from I've always had a camera on stream to taking that camera off. And then hopefully, because of that, talking more. What do you guys think of that? Like,
Is
could
it
you
like-
guys, as people who always have your stream with the camera on, do you think you can move from no camera or from camera to no camera and then
I
just
wouldn't
try and
want
talk
to.
more?
it depends. Again, every answer depends on the person individually. But I think what really, at least for me, my personal experience, I've noticed that if I turn my camera off, I can stream for 4 times as long. Because like that light's not on your eyes, like the camera's off, so you're kind of just like, you know, more relaxed already. And if you think you can do it, I say try it, see how it works. And question is, it will be full like all the time, cameras off, like from now on gone, or is it going to be like sometimes you do camera on, sometimes you do camera off?
Yeah. I think so. First off, it's not impossible, right? I mean, it's up to you at the end of the day. Like, impossible just means like you might take a viewer hit, but of course you can always do it. And at the end of the day, it's going to matter most what you enjoy. Like, if you find that you can stream for longer, like Sadomi said, without a camera, if you think you're more entertaining and the chat thinks so without a camera, you can just talk more, then I say do it. I mean, especially when you're small, like that's the best time to do it because it's only going to get harder to do it as you grow bigger. I think you are going to have to deal with maybe not even a hit as much as just people asking a lot about it. Like, hey, where's your camera? I'm so used to your camera. What happened to that? Face cam, whatever. Once you've had it on there, people will know of it and kind of ask for it probably. That might take a little while to get through, but I think if you're ultimately more happy with your stream, then do it. Why not?
Yeah, if it makes you happier and if you're actually more entertaining or even the same level of entertaining, I'd say definitely do it. But you definitely have to remember that they're not going to be able to connect with you as easily because they're not going to be able to see you.
Yep.
So it can be done, and if you're more comfortable and more entertaining doing it, then by all means, I think you should. But you're gonna have to keep it at that. Like,
Yep.
It's like switching back and forth is not the best thing to do. But I think if you do it once, I think it's all right.
Yeah, I don't remember saying that it's impossible on past episodes.
Right.
I remember saying it's hard, just because, you know, like Velokk's saying, if you don't have a camera, then your only source of communication is talking. So, you know, in the case of this podcast, I can wave and do things with my hands and like point and laugh, and you can see all that stuff as communication. But yeah, like Sadomi right now, if you're listening, you have no idea what he's doing. If you're watching, you can see that he's very expressive. So
Right.
if you drop the webcam, you just have to really put more effort into talking and make sure that stays entertaining the whole time. So hopefully that.
And also notice if you talk with your hands or not a lot,
Yeah,
because I noticed I do.
I do too.
And I'm gonna look on what's it called? I mean,
just so it works.
but yeah. So sometimes I actually do no cam streams too. Like those are streams where like I really don't feel like having my camera on because either like it's hot, I'm sweating, or like room looks nasty, or I just want to be completely naked. It's and sometimes it works, and sometimes it doesn't. It literally just depends like who's there. Like if your community is there and like you don't know cam all the time, but you know cam like sometimes, so they should be fine with it. Should, I don't know every viewer, of course, but once in a while, like just give it a try. See how give it a try.
It's up to you. I think especially like you said, I mean, if you're very new to streaming and just starting out, then experimenting and finding like what works for you, what excites you the most, and what you can sustain the longest is really big. So go for it. Cool. So I don't see any other questions right now. Guys, we have about 20 minutes left in the podcast. Now is the time to get in your hot takes and hot cakes for our show. So you can join our Discord, ask about whatever the heck you want to ask about. Sub badge stuff just dropped earlier, which is pretty cool for affiliates. If you haven't seen that, go check that out. Thanks to everyone who's saying hi in the chat. I love you all. Yeah, if you have a question, please let us know. I think that's... I just realized what's happening on the stream here. I don't have an animal to pet.
Where's your wheat thins?
My wheat thins are my animal, basically. I have a poro. Does that count?
There you go.
That's cute. Can I have it?
Send it to him right now, Green.
Right now. Oh man. Okay.
I copied it just in case they.
Yeah. So Miss Teague's got one that she's gonna repost for me that I apparently missed. So that has been known to happen. If you guys asked the question and didn't answer, I apologize to the ends of the earth. Please re-ask it and we'll get to it. I promise.
Green, there are no ends of the earth.
So okay, Rio Dude 86 asked, question for the stream. I'm not a person who's good at interacting and talking to people. Should I stick to games I'm good at to get that kind of audience? Interesting.
Ryan is a personal friend of mine, so I'll give him some personal advice on this one.
Oh, okay.
If you want to stream also, and you want to be good at it, be a good streamer about it, do it. If you have trouble interacting, practice. Like, I mean, nothing you will come like very few things you do in life will come naturally. So practicing the interaction is probably the best way to start, because Twitch is an interaction platform. Like if none of us interacted with our chats, we wouldn't be where we are today. We wouldn't even be like probably near. The only time I really think you can get away with minimal interaction is if you have a really good entertaining product on your own right there. I'm talking like YouTube video stat, like high view YouTube video stats, like H3 podcast status, because if you go to Twitch, you look for the interaction. That's what I do, at least. Like I go to Twitch, the first thing I do is I say hi, I say what's up, I interact, I comment, see if I can change anything. Well, not changing the stream, but I can interact. That's the cool part about Twitch. Otherwise, if you can't get that, you want to put out a really, really, really good product however you can.
I agree. And that could be, similarly, if you're really, really, really good at a game, that's the same thing. Like there are plenty of big streamers who are just amazing at a game, have minimal chat interaction, and people still watch them. So maybe that happens to Osu too. I don't really follow that directory, but there are probably some amazing Osu players who don't really talk much. People just want to watch them click things at 1,000,000 miles an hour. So that's an option, I guess, if you really don't want to interact. But it's probably much easier to just interact with the chat because probably like 99% of people are not that amazing player. Yeah. Hopefully that helps. Appreciate the question. Sorry that I missed it. And thanks to Miss Teague for re-asking it. Looks like we had people maybe looking to ask some questions in the chat up here.
Beard me up. Ask away, man.
Yeah, man. Let's know what you
Great
got.
Name. Oh my God.
Trying to think of stuff in the past week that I've missed. Did you guys see they're doing like a mini games done quick at TwitchCon this year, which is pretty cool.
I didn't hear about that.
Yeah, it's like they're taking games done quick and just making it like 3 days, I guess, instead, and having it at
Games done
TwitchCon.
quick.
Yeah, it's like express, just faster and faster each time now.
Games done express.
We would sell dozens. Oh my God, Susan. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. No, that's kind of cool though. I mean, I've never really been into the speed running or anything like that. Like some of it's cool, but I mean, a lot of people are into it. I understand that.
Yeah.
But it's just one of the things that I haven't ever really been excited about.
Mm-hmm. I mean, I always love watching it. I just don't like actively follow the scene too much.
What are they doing now?
Are you guys planning on going to TwitchCon this year?
I want to very, very bad. I'm
Okay,
try.
wait. Here's a cool question. So you guys both went to TwitchCon last year, right? For someone who's never been to TwitchCon, who's a streamer, what is some advice you have for those people to get the most out of the conference?
Talk to everybody. Talk as much as you can to everybody.
Bring business cards.
That too.
I fucked up that year.
Yeah, definitely bring business cards and talk to people. And like one thing that like Green and I kind of figured out when we were kind of like, it's not always the easiest thing to go up and talk to people like just randomly, because not everybody's wearing a shirt that you like. You could be like, oh, I like your shirt. Let's talk about streaming. Like, it's not always that easy. It's like, so like one of the things that I told Green, I was like, I'm just gonna go wait in lines, and because you're forced to stick in a line with that person, and then you get to be there and just stand awkwardly and just like look around and be like.
Velokk's like, I'm gonna go trap this guy, so he has to talk to me.
Oh, I would trap you. I'm like, I'm talking. Like go in the line, and you just like stand there, and then like you're already waiting because the lines are ridiculous. So you just be like, hey, what's up? I'm Vel. How you doing? And then that's that. Like, go wait in lines, go do shit. Even if it's something that you don't care about, go wait in that line because there's people in there that you can talk to. Go through the same line twice. Who gives a shit? Like.
And
just
it's also
like,
a convention too, so remember, people are there to talk, have fun, and worst comes to worst, come with something random. I literally got a marker and asked you to draw on my arm.
Remember that?
Yes. Yeah, dude, this guy looked like he just had tats, like all of you. There's just people writing and shit, like just everywhere. I'm like, what the hell is he doing?
Oh man. Okay, so there's some
talk
questions.
to everybody.
Yeah, talk, and I think focus on like. Same thing as streaming, just focus on a few people. Don't feel like you have to talk to everyone in the entire convention. Just like pick a few people or meet by accident a few people that you really just hit it off with and connect with long term. So, Beard Me Up.
Shout out to my man, David.
Yeah. Beard Me Up says, so I really am getting back into Destiny 2, but any of the small popularity I have now came from Fortnite. I don't want to lose anyone that watches me for just Fortnite, but I really want to play Destiny. So, any tips? What do you guys think of this?
My thing is like, there's always going to be people that only want to watch you for the game, but I only really want the people that want to watch me. Like, it sounds kind of selfish, but like, I don't want people to come into a stream just because I'm playing something. I'd rather have them be like, because I'd rather have a community of people that are just like, oh, Vel's streaming, let's go hang out with him, or you know what I mean? Like, oh, Sadomi's streaming, let's go chill with him because he's cool and we like him as a person. Like, because you're always gonna let people down with what you're playing, and just don't worry about those people. You know what I mean? Like, if you're trying to start a community of people, do you, and people are gonna fall off regardless.
A good example of that, I think, is Clone Drone.
Like,
if you're streaming Clone Drone and you get like 50 viewers, chances are you're not going to see almost nearly as much from that from your next stream because people are there just for Clone Drone, and Clone Drone's a good way to teach that lesson, like to teach a lesson to you. It's like, oh, yeah, I had a cool stream. I say, let's do something different. So let's do, let's do Rocket League. Huh.
And this is a tough one because it really comes down to, again, like you're the driver of your stream. You got to kind of figure out what you want to get out of it. If you want to grow really quickly, and if you can stand Fortnite, then if Fortnite's working for you, I say keep doing it. Now, if you just love Destiny 2 and you would much rather be playing that than Fortnite, if the whole time you're streaming Fortnite, you're just thinking, man, I want to be playing Destiny right now. I wish I was not playing Fortnite. Then don't play Fortnite. Go play Destiny because people aren't going to watch you play Fortnite if you hate it. Because, you have to balance that. I'm in the exact same situation with my channel, so I totally feel you on this, and it's something I'm working through. There's not an easy answer to it. You really just got to figure out what you want to get out of it and then go hard after it. So I would say. Thanks for the question. Zelda Fan Eyes says, how about the whole ammunition making an example out of her harassment by male gamers on and off stream? Interesting.
I don't know about
I didn't hear about this. No, I guess, do you guys know who
Was this with the bully hunters thing, or is this something different?
I don't think it's that. I've heard about that. It sounds like she basically, anyone who comes into her stream and harasses her, she kind of like turns it back and just makes fun of them, I'm guessing. I don't know off the top of my head. Maybe we'll like wait to address that one because I don't want to like assume anything that's not happening.
Pull Zelda down.
Yeah. Oh, is he waiting? Okay.
Yeah, he's waiting.
All right, let's pull in Zelda. Hello, Zelda, you there?
Hey.
Hey, what's up? You want to explain this a little more to us?
Yeah. So basically, what happened is she's a popular streamer. I think she has like over 30,000 followers or something like that. And basically, I believe it was off stream. She was while playing Rainbow Six. She basically like was using regular voice chat, communicating, just playing the game normally, and basically they were just giving her all kinds of shit. They were just talking down to her, basically just all because of the fact that she was a girl. And she took the opportunity and recorded what was going on. And basically they said all kinds of vile stuff, things that I'm not going to say here. And they basically used any opportunity they could to blame her for their failure. They, like, when she was doing good, they said that she was stealing their kills. When she was doing poorly, they blamed her for the losing every match. And they literally was like, we're not being like this because we don't like women. We're being like this because you're shit, by the way, is what they said. That's an exact quote that was posted. And basically, it all ended with basically them saying, are you playing the right video game? And like saying like, this isn't League of Legends. You can't just go on and, expose yourself and, be good at it. Yeah. So that's basically the whole thing. Like it was really terrible. And yeah, like Susie said, she got MVP out of that entire thing and posted the whole thing on Twitter, exposed what they were saying to her and basically just kind of showing it.
I've seen that. That's one thing I hate about the internet itself and anonymity. People just make a new account. The only people who have anything to really stake from getting their name blasted are people who have streams, who generally wouldn't act that anyway. So, I mean, you see people getting backlash and like it's like, oh my god, Ann, you're a woman, you're a whole person, and then next thing you know, the entire fan base goes to their Twitter and shuts that down. Like you don't get DMs out the place, like just shut down your Twitter. So I believe there's literally I can't find a way for it to actually have an effect on a person. If someone's going to do it, they're going to do it anyway. They're going to find a way to do it. It's how they get off. It's their like. And I think the only way to deal with garbage human beings is treat them like garbage, ignore them, put them in the trash.
I mean, that's what you got. That's why like the thing is like this wasn't even when she was live. That's what was even terrible about it. It was that this was simply just while she was playing a game and because she had her mic on and because she was a female. That's what's the worst thing about it.
I believe it.
Man, yeah, I don't really see anything wrong with that, to be honest. She literally just recorded them and posted it online. So
yeah, like fuck assholes. Like I'm sorry. Like
that's literally what, yeah.
I don't care about your feelings if you're gonna come in here and like treat me like garbage. Like most of the time, like if you just come to my chat and you start talking some shit, I'll just ban you. I don't care. But like if I can't get rid of you, I'm gonna treat you like the piece of shit that you are. Like I'm sorry. This stuff gets so heated because like as like some of my people knows, like I used to get bullied back in the day or whatever. And like you can't let that just like fester inside of you. Like you have to do something about it.
Right.
It's oh, that makes me so mad. Like no, she didn't do anything wrong. Everybody who thinks so can
she's cool.
not ever show up to my stream. That's totally fine with me.
Like,
I don't care about you as a person if you're gonna be an asshole like that. Like
I mean the whole thing was basically the fact that the whole concept. There was such a negative stigma, especially recently with female streamers. Some of them being very sexualized and very terrible. That's the whole life. I know it was highlighted in a reason why Twitch changed their TOS. And if they were trying to shut down some of that stuff as well. And, people have all of a sudden gotten this negative mentality of, female streamers that they're all sexualized, they're all terrible, and they're all like there to, basically just to make money and show off, when that keeps the attention away from the legitimate streamers who are wanting to provide quality content, create a fan base, create a community, and, just be, sorry, that's my phone. And just be nice to people.
Let me kind of shut that shit down real quick. Listen, if you're worried about like because okay, if you're a male streamer and you're thinking that a girl is taking your views because she's a girl, you are a shit streamer. Like your stream fucking sucks.
You're a shit
You should
person.
probably quit
Like,
streaming and go like
absolutely.
counseling, or
You're
at
not a
least
shit
like
streamer,
do
you're
something.
just a shitty person.
Like, you're a shit person actually. Like you like, come on. If someone else is holding you back, and it's like something that you can't even control, like. It'd be different if it was I'm talking like your parents holding you back from like streaming, or like your wife, husband. This is somebody on the internet miles away from you. Yo, grow a pair, my dude. Grow a pair and like actually go put in work. Stop trying to find excuses and like little like bitch about every single thing holding you back, because you're the biggest like thing holding yourself back. And not only that, if this was holding you back, you probably should like just not even worry about it. Just go watch those streamers. Because guess what? You know for a damn fact, they watch these streamers all the time and like, oh my god, she's so hot. And then the minute they finish doing whatever they do, like, oh my god, you're such a bitch taking my views. Oh my god, I hate these women. Women are the worst people ever. Oh my god, I hate boobs. Oh, porn.
I mean, just like Velly said, there's plenty of viewers on Twitch.
Yeah, man. Like, if you think that they're stealing your views, 1, get good. 2,
Right.
if it still doesn't help that you get good, put on boobs yourself. Like, go get some boobs, see how that fucking goes. And if you get more viewers, then good for fucking you. You did it. Like, don't be an asshole. Like, just, no one's. God, this stuff gets me so mad.
Like, listen, no one has ever stolen my views, because guess what? That doesn't exist. There's no way in hell one person can create enough content to cover up all the viewing hours in the world. That is never going to happen. How many people in the world? How many like? It's okay to watch multiple streamers. It's okay to like watch different sources of entertainment. There's nothing wrong with watching BET and then going to watch Lifetime. There's nothing wrong with that. Okay? So if you're complaining that BET is stealing Lifetime's views, you are.
He's gone. He left.
Oh my
Tommy's
gosh.
done.
That I think he pretty much said it all right there, guys.
Yeah.
I don't have a lot to add to that.
I didn't mean to trigger that.
No.
I need some ice. I need to calm down.
This is what I want this show to all be about, man. Just triggering contact. just fighting the whole time.
I guess I found a good top.
Yeah.
Yeah, right.
All right, I want to quickly grab Belvedere because she has been waiting for a bit. He or she, I don't know. So.
All right, yeah, thanks, guys.
Appreciate it. See you, man.
See you.
All right. That was great. Belvedere, hello. You there? Hello? Perhaps? Maybe your mic is muted right now. I don't know if you're listening to us or not. Perhaps?
Oh, there we go.
Hey,
Sorry,
there you
hello.
are.
What's going on, Belvedere?
Hey, g'day, man. How you doing?
Good.
All right.
Good to have you on.
Yeah, good. Thanks, man.
What do you want to talk about today?
Yeah, I got a cool question, but it's not as invested as the other. I actually got quite a bit of entertainment out of that one, and the ice coming back was pretty good. So thanks for Sadomi. Fantastic. I don't know what the ice tray was, but fantastic.
I need to cool down, fam. I'm heated. I'm sweating like a pastor in church right now. Look at that.
Send some heat our way. We're in the middle of winter right now. It's terrible.
We need
it's
that.
terrible. Hey, pretty simple. Recommended like minimum stream time. I know it will be different for everyone, but as I mentioned in the previous question, I kind of just started streaming, and I know obviously you want to stream for like an hour or two or something like that, something along those lines. But like a recommended stream time from successful streamers like yourselves, an hour, 2 hours, 3 hours to get that kind of engagement. What do you guys reckon is like the recommended minimum, I suppose?
So for me personally, I find that it's not actually a recommended time. It's more of a recommend like a slider. How much like one stream is hyped up or announced versus how long you go. If it's not that hyped up or announced, I say go longer. Like if it's a 6-hour stream, it doesn't need to be like, like, oh my god, guys, come here at this time, at this day, right now, I'm streaming. If it's 6 hours long, maybe not that much. If it's like a 1 hour stream, you need to promote that sucker. Like you need to go on Twitter, be like, yo, I'm streaming at like 12, like tomorrow. Okay. Then like at 11:30, I'm like, hey, I'm going live in 30 minutes. Hey, 10 minutes countdown. Then be 5 minutes late for the fashion. Like, hey, 5 minutes late, but we still going. Like,
yeah, I think start time is really important just for keeping a schedule consistent. So people know always when you'll be on. You don't have to set an end time, in my opinion. It's more important that you just know when that person will be live. In terms of how long to stream, I don't think there's like a magic number for it. On one hand, I say like you should just stream as much as you can. Like if you have a little bit of time, just stream. On the other hand, you do want to have like some level of expectation for viewers. So maybe like saying an hour or so is a good starting point. Like viewers know you'll always be live for at least an hour. So you're not gonna be live for 20 minutes and get off. It could be longer than that. I don't think it needs, like minimum needs to be longer than an hour, in my opinion. Like it's not like you have to have 2 hours ready to go before you start streaming, in my opinion. But I mean, the more you can stream, the better always.
Right. One thing I would say is it depends on what you're trying to accomplish for that specific stream. So like if it's not like, so if you're trying to grow, like if you're trying to just stream and hang out with your community and also hopefully get more followers and subs and everything, I would say like maybe an hour and a half or 2 hours minimum, because that gives you enough time for people to start seeing you and everything. But if it's just a stream where you just like, you can't stream as long today, or if like it's an extra stream where you're just trying to chill with like the people that already know about your stream, the people that are there all the time, there's really no minimum. I would say maybe 30 minutes, because I've had a couple streams where like I couldn't do a full one, but I still just wanted to hang out with my community, where I did like a 30-minute stream, and those have been some of the most fun streams I've done. But you're not going to grow from those streams by any means, because you might maybe get a follower. But it all depends on what you're trying to accomplish for that stream, so take that into account as well.
Sure.
Yeah, I've been kind of aiming for like 2-3 hours is kind of like my minimum, but I thought maybe I'd be able to grow a little bit more if I committed a little bit more time to it. But yeah, that's awesome. Thanks, guys.
Yeah,
That's really good.
If you stream more for sure.
Yeah.
But like I stream Monday through Friday for 3 hours in the morning, and I'm still seeing growth from that. You know what I mean? So it's obviously I could grow more if I could stream longer. But as of right now, everything's working out for me at 3 hours. So
yeah, I think the most important thing is to just keep it consistent. Like 2 and 3 hours. I mean, shoot, that's plenty of time. If you're just doing that consistently, I say keep doing it. You could always stream more, but don't feel like because you're not streaming 4 hours, you're not going to grow. That'll still happen with 2 to 3 hour segments for sure. So
yeah, sweet.
Cool,
awesome.
Man. Thank you so
Thanks,
much.
Dude.
We appreciate
Thanks,
it.
Thanks, guys. Cheers.
See ya.
Cheers.
All right, so that was our last caller. It is 1 o'clock, which means it's the end of the show. So thank you guys for everyone that came out here and watched it and submitted some juicy topics. Some really good ones this week, I think. It was really fun combos. Maybe you guys have anything you want to share before we head off here? Velokk, anything you want to say?
Nothing. I mean, thanks for coming out, guys. We really do appreciate you guys coming out each week. We love having you guys here. This podcast is so much fun.
It is a lot
so
of
much
fun.
So much fun.
Sadomi, of course, my man. Thank you for coming on as a special guest. Anything you want to say to people?
Thank you for having me. You and Valley, thank you so much. And also, guys, if you guys aren't really part of the True Fam yet, I love these guys. Not just these two, but everybody, all the sponsor streamers, all the TRUgaming staff members, all the community, every one of you guys. Like the amount of cool people I've met here has been so amazing. And I'm not even normal. This isn't I'm being real right now. This is actually probably the dopest place on Twitch. Because when I was kind of going through some personal struggles with the channel, Doc was there, Valley was there, Dan was there, everyone was there. It's great, man. I feel more welcome here than I have felt on Twitch in my entire year being on here. So thank you to everybody at True Fam for that. Awesome. Hopefully this is, and hopefully again I can be a guest on the show again. That was a lot of fun.
Never. Never.
We're good.
Never gonna happen.
Understand
ice cubes? I can't.
All right, well, thank you guys all for coming out. Like Susie was saying in chat, it is every Friday, so we do this segment every Friday at 11 if you want to catch it again next week and the next week and the next week.
Eastern Standard.
We also have, this is Stream Key, so we have podcasts that go out every Tuesday and Friday, which are interviews. I'm going to have last week's Friday episode going out this afternoon if you want to catch that and get more Friday debate awesome craziness. That was with Mel, so it should be cool. Doc's going to be taking over the stream in just a couple minutes, so don't go anywhere, and we will see you guys later. Thanks for watching. Adios.
Bye.
See you.